Right. Hello to all of my fellow Western Canon warriors. This is my first video of the new year, 2026. And to honor that, of being the first video of this new year, we together, we are going to embark on a new journey of learning the Western Canon. And there's only one place to start with that, and that is the Book of Genesis by none other than the biblical Moses. In a classic literature dropout tradition, we are going to be drinking a little bit. I have rum and I have some milk. We're going to see how that goes. See how it goes mixing them. I've heard whiskey milk is good, rum milk is basically the same thing, right? Just to cover some general facets of how I went about doing Genesis from the Bible. What I did the King James version of the Bible, so KJV, and I was listening to it in the car on my way to work. I'm pretty sure the nature of these videos I do, probably don't want to disclose that, but I work in the water now. I'm in the pool, alright? This face is going to be getting a lot slimmer throughout the new year. New year, new me, new dropout. We're going to be learning. It's going to be great, guys. It's going to be fantastic. So to start with my general opinions about the Book of Genesis, I'd really have to say it starts off strong, right? You have the Tower of Babel, you have the creation story, you have Noah's Ark. It's very front stacked with everything. And then, as the story goes, I feel like it loses me a little bit. I understand the importance of the story of Abraham's family, but the moment we kind of shift from talking about the world to talking about Abraham's family, I get a little... I got lost a little bit, but I will say, I feel like towards the end of it, I was really brought back in to the story. So, just some notable things that I'm learning actually sifting through the story of Genesis. I had heard before that after the snake tricked Eve into eating the apple, that it was cursed to crawl upon its belly. But that almost implies that before it had limbs, it was walking around. So it's already more of a evil-looking satanic figure than I really anticipated. I thought the symbolism of snakes and apples and rainbows, like from the beginning of the story, just became that kind of stuff because it was apples, because it was like very significant. But now I'm realizing retroactively, it's almost the other way around, if that makes any sense. It was really interesting how both Sarah and Abraham gave themselves away to each other's servants, like sexually, to try to bear a child. I didn't know that happened, and when that happened, I was kind of driving, and I was like, whoa, what are you guys doing? All right, that's not good. I watched a bunch of analysis stuff after I saw the Book of Genesis, because obviously you can, when it comes to the Bible, it is so dense with metaphors. Like, okay, so here, hang on, I actually have an example of that. So, the term looking upon one's nakedness doesn't actually mean just like coming into the bathroom and going, oh, I'm sorry, and I'm seeing your junk all hanging out. Because I thought that was super weird, because that's what one of Noah's sons does to him. But then I watched this video analyzing it, and it's like, oh, when it says he saw upon her nakedness, that means like that dude slept with his wife. That's what that means apparently. And I was like throwing my glasses to the floor. I was shocked, pure shock. And then there's more stuff in the analysis of the kind of videos and clips that I saw that said, oh, the Tower of Babel story is actually really important because that's also where the Nephilim are introduced. Because they use very vague terms like, oh, the sons of God, which and Genesis is a bit odd because we think, oh, the Son of God is coming later, and that's Jesus. But they have the sons of God, and that means angels. So like, there's some language differences here that kind of requires some more research into the. I'm so sorry. It requires some more research into the passages. I thought a lot more time was spent on the Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat part than I really expected, I will say. I don't know why that was thrown in at the end there as a part of Genesis. I feel like it almost fits more so as a section of Exodus with how heavily involved Egypt is. But I understand the ending of Genesis also being really great because it's the death and the burial of Jacob, then formerly renamed Israel. I understand how it can be the death of the last guy in the Abrahamic family that I think directly wrestles with God until Jesus shows up. I'm not 100% sure of that because, like, though, like, Moses talks to God later through, I think, Mount Sinai. I'm not a biblical expert, guys. If I get something wrong, please don't flame me. I'm trying my best here to just expand my biblical knowledge, my literary prowess, per se. But I think that makes sense because he doesn't directly talk to Moses, I think, until he builds the tabernacle. And that's more so involved with the Torah and Jewish texts rather than the entire picture of the Bible. It's all very complicated stuff, guys. Genesis is so dense with everything. And I will say one perk about Genesis, like actually like listening to it and like sort of basking in the story of Genesis, is that you do get this feeling, at least I got it personally, that there's some historical parts to this. Like, it's almost, because it's not like, there are definitely some parts to it that if it wasn't trying to be an accurate retelling of some things, that you'd really question why, like, one specific author would add that in. You'd really question it. Well, a modern editor would be like, just get rid of that part. It doesn't matter much. So I find it's a super interesting text. All that being said, I think that I don't think I should rank Genesis. I feel like it's a little bit wrong to rank Genesis in like the traditional like way I would like rank a book or another story. It just doesn't feel quite right. So I'm just gonna give it a big thumbs up. And yeah, that's the video. I will see you guys in maybe just a couple days, hopefully, about Exodus. I've already got a couple hours worth of reading that done. I think I got 1 hour of reading it done. But I will see you guys then as we continue our journey through the epics of literature.